Our Lord speaks a lot of the world in the gospel today, but now I am coming to you. I speak this in the world so that they may share my joy completely, speaking of the apostles. I gave them your word, and the world hated them, because they do not belong to the world any more than I belong to the world. I do not ask that you take them out of the world, but that you keep them from the evil one. And earlier our Lord says that he was protecting the apostles while he was with them, but he saw that he was soon to go out of the world and that they would be sort of a little less protected. When I was with them, I protected them in your name that you gave me, and I guarded them, and none of them was lost except the son of destruction, Judas. And in the first readings, St. Paul too is saying that after he leaves, after he goes to Jerusalem, he's never going to see these people of Ephesus again, and he knows that there are going to be wolves that come to destroy the flock, to lead the people astray. I know that after my departure, savage wolves will come among you, and they will not spare the flock. And from your own group, men will come forward, perverting the truth to draw the disciples away from them. Those are some of the dangers of the world, and we need to be conscious of the world, the idea, the spirit of the world, which is contrary to God, which is atheistic, practically speaking, which puts God out of the picture, which makes us focus on this world, the ambition for this world, the glories, the material things, the pleasures that we can strive for in this world, the allurements. And this is always the danger. There's this world, and then there's the next world which we are made for, the world of the Spirit, the world of God, living for God. We can live for God, or we can live for the spirit of the world and the flesh and our lusts and our desires and our sinful pleasures and our self-centeredness and selfishness. This is all the spirit of the world, selfishness and self-seeking in the world, what I can get out of the world, how I can advance myself, put myself forward at the expense of others very often. Instead, we are called to live a radically different life, a life of the Spirit, a life for the next world, a life in an invisible world, a life according to the philosophy of the gospel, the philosophy of Jesus Christ, which is a spirit of mortification, totally, radically different from the world. Mortification where we deny ourselves, where we mortify our sinful desires, and we live for the Spirit. We live a life of prayer. We follow the map of the gospel, and we carry this map with us, the teachings of Jesus, the example of Jesus. This is our model to follow, our map, our guidelines for this life, which is living a life of the Spirit as Jesus did, carrying our crosses, praying continually, keeping our minds on Jesus and on eternal things, and not being led astray, allured by the glitter of this life of the senses. We live instead for the life of the Spirit, which involves a spirit of sacrifice and mortification, a spirit of thinking of the other person and looking out for the needs of others rather than ourselves, our self-centeredness, living a life of charity and self-sacrifice. This is the Spirit, this is the life of the Spirit, a life of love, a life of Jesus and Mary. So let us keep our sights on Jesus and Mary in the Spirit, live according to the Spirit of the next world, our true homeland.
Nostro